Ladies and gentlemen, this is Maestro Paul Geraci, fencing master with the USFCA and the International Academy of Arms, here at the 2022 Ascalon Sword Festival. We are about to see the gold medal bout in the Y12 Women's Epee division. On the left, we have Marina Zografos from the New York Fencing Academy in New York. And on the right, Ariel Lynn from the Maximum Fencing Club in Central California. And our fencing official is about to bring the competitors to on guard. And the fencers start. So already we can see Ariel Lynn with a huge size reach advantage. It's going to be difficult for Marina Zografos, the shorter fencer, to safely navigate that distance. She's going to have to get some blade control and travel safely to the target, or maybe score the advanced target, the hand and the foot. Zografos, the more active fencer. But here we see again, she gets into that danger zone, and Ariel Lynn is able to score that counterattack with impunity. One zero, Ariel Lynn up. Zografos being the more active fencer, looking to manipulate that distance, looking to engage that blade. Lynn trying to keep that blade away from Zografos, constantly disengaging around every attempt to take it. And there's a beat attack to the hand by Zografos, but it fails, and Lynn sticks her with the counter. It is 2 fencing 0. Zografos has to find a way to deal with the taller fencer. But undaunted, she keeps coming forward, sitting low in her stance, actively trying to engage that blade. And there is a feint to the foot, feint high. But these feints are not believable. Oh, and she makes an attack. Tries to engage the blade, but Ariel Lynn disengages around it and hits with the counterattack. That's 3 points for Ariel Lynn. Both fencers engaging. Several beats on the blade, but no real control. And again, an attempt to find that blade by Zografos, but Ariel Lynn just disengages around it and scores. And it's got to be disheartening when your opponent can score from so far away and you can't even reach them. It's like bringing a knife to a gunfight. Zografos has to find a way around it. There she takes the blade and runs in, but again, Lynn's distance and timing is too great. She steps back and is able to score and escape. And I think the referee is asking Miss Lynn to fix her hair. Sometimes the hair can get in the way of a blade. Zografos coming forward, beating the blade, but she can't get a good take on it. She really wants a good feeling of controlling that blade. She's looking for it. Zografos is letting her have it for now, but she's planning on moving it when the action is real. I think Zografos needs to disguise her actions. Lynn can tell when they're real and when they're fake. Lynn content just to stay back and play defense or counter offense. She knows Zografos has to push the action. Zografos could also try to take the blade in a different line. She keeps trying to take it in the second line. And there she takes it in 2, but Lynn slips off. That was a better take, but she still slipped off at the last minute. I think maybe if Zografos tries taking it in the 6th line instead of the 2nd line, she might have more luck, or perhaps some sort of different strategy. And time has run out, and probably just in time, because that would have been Ariel Lynn's counterattack. But time has expired in the first period. And now both fencers will get a 1-minute break, and they'll go back to their respective coaches and talk about what they could do here. So, yeah, Ariel is fencing a textbook bout, just what the taller fencer needs to do. She needs to stay composed, stay back, endure the beats, but when the beat is real, create the disengage, counterattack, and retreat and escape, and hit in a way where she can hit and not be hit. Zografos, on the other hand, needs to find a way to come forward. She needs to get that blade. And in some ways, she needs to maybe perform a counter time action where she makes a feint, where the counterattack comes out and she can take it. She needs Ariel Lynn to give her that blade and not just go chasing the blade. Either that or she needs to take it in a different line, maybe a counter 6, maybe in cart, maybe, something else. Perhaps maybe even those attacks that she's doing with the beats could be good if they were to the shallow target, like the hand, or perhaps even the foot or leg. Sometimes we can see Lynn's knee does come out a little bit. It could possibly present a target. But Zografos is going to have to change something up. She's down 0-6. We fenced to 15 points here at the Ascalon Sword Festival. And it looks like our fencing referee is about to call the fencers back to on guard. And so let's get back to the action. All right, it's the beginning of the second period in the Y12 Women's Epee competition. Marina Zografos from the New York Fencing Academy on the left, Ariel Lynn from Maximum Fencing Club on the right. And we begin the second period. Ariel Lynn content to stay back, but now this time we see Zografos, who has been primarily the aggressor here, is staying on her side of the on-guard line. Now she's come across the middle line. Both fencers starting to up the tempo a little bit. Time is ticking. And in preparation by Zografos, Ariel Lynn comes forward with a lunge and scores. 7 fencing 0. Zografos coming forward. She needs to change the size and speed of her step or maybe vary the pattern. There's a take in 2, an attempt to hit the leg, but Lynn's too far away. And now a repost from Lynn scores her 8th point. 8-love. Ariel Lynn in full command of this final gold medal bout. Zografos back and forth, hoping Lynn will follow her, but Lynn with an 8-touch lead is not having any of that. Lynn backs off, just looking to land a counter. There's an attempt, but Zografos escapes. Zografos attempts a lunge, but she exposes her upper shoulder in the middle of it. Lynn lands an easy counterattack. And the size differential between these two fencers is uncanny. Zografos doing everything she can do to get back into this, looking for blade control. Lynn doesn't want to give it to her. Perhaps Zografos should even maybe consider using a flesh or a running attack to score her touches to make up for that reach distance and traverse the distance past that danger zone. And she's backing her up. And again, that preparation by Zografos is met by a counterattack by Lynn. And it's 10-love. Fencers start again. This is the Ascalon Sword Festival, formerly the Arnold Fencing Classic. Ascalon named for the sword of St. George and the Dragon fame. And Zografos beats the blade and comes forward, but shows a preparation in the middle of that, and Lynn is able to score a counterattack as she backs up, which has been the story of the entire bout. Zografos just cannot seem to solve this riddle. Ariel Lynn making it look easy here. Oh, whoa. A double. That's 2 disengages. Zografos hoping to pick it up on the second disengage, but Ariel Lynn disengages twice around it and derobes the attack. Lands the counter right on the arm. Textbook perfect. Ariel Lynn pitching a shutout here. 12 love. Ariel Lynn just a masterful performance here. Zografos doing everything she can do. Another preparation, and Lynn scores her 13th point. 13 love. Zografos got to try something. You might as well try anything. And the time has expired here. That's the second period, and time is up. So both fencers will go back to their coaches. And at 13-0, it seems like, and this has got to be totally out of reach, but maybe it's an opportunity where, a fencer could really learn something, or maybe just put it all on the line here. We haven't seen any flesh attacks, and so maybe, maybe Zografos wants to try that. Maybe some foot touches, or, some hand touches might be good too. But she's having so much trouble engaging the blade. It's going to be hard even to do that. Even an attack in earnest, if it's made correctly, attack from the high line might be better. Every time she attacks on the low line, she exposes the shoulder, and when you expose the shoulder, it tends to be an easy counterattack. And Lynn has been a sharpshooter. She's been perfect picking off these targets. It's like a fencing lesson almost. Picking off targets on the shoulder, on the wrist, on the forearm. Lynn has been a master at picking off these targets. She's a sniper. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. And maybe Ariel Lynn wants to even try coming forward at 13-point lead. She can afford to do pretty much just whatever she wants. She's in command of this final bout. And let's see what happens. It's 13 love. But of course, anything can happen. And sometimes anything does happen. Let's get back to the action. This is the Y12 Women's Epee final bout. It is 13-0 in favor of Ariel Lynn here at the 2022 Ascalon Sword Festival. And now the fencers begin the third and final period. And for the very first time, I think Ariel Lynn has crossed the center line. So maybe she's going to do something a little bit different. Let's see. And Zografos is backing off for the first time. So maybe different change of strategy. Maybe they've listened to their coaches. Let's see what happens. Of course, Zografos does have to wonder about time here. If 1 minute goes by without a score, a passivity penalty card will be issued. And neither fencer looks like they really, really want to engage. Lynn creeping a little closer now. Zografos trying to find that blade. She wants the blade. She wants Lynn to go, but Lynn is too smart. And now a minute has expired, and they're going to bring out the yellow penalty cards, passivity cards, and it's going to go to Zografos because she is behind. And so what a yellow penalty card doesn't actually count as a penalty card like normal penalty cards do, but this just says if the bout gets delayed by another minute, then a red card will come out. But if another infraction is made, such as turning the back or scoring while falling or any other normal yellow cardable offense, that would still just be a yellow. And so the yellow passivity card has been awarded. There are 2 minutes left, and she does have 2 minutes to score 13 points. So I don't expect to see Zografos being that passive. I think she tried to do that to to goad Ariel Lynn into attacking, but no such luck. 2 minutes left. And now we see Zografos aiming in that high line. And she tries that attack, but the attack is slow. The lunge is slow, and Lynn is able to get off that counterattack in time. And it's 14 love. Lynn needs one more point to win the gold medal. And there's the attack by Zografos, but the counterattack by Lynn, of course, hits. And Ariel Lynn is our Y12 Women's Epee champion.